so.
That's fine. All right, hello everybody. Here is number 18 from the homework, and this one's a little bit trickier because I'm dealing with decimals, and I still want to use elimination. The goal still is to have opposite coefficients that I can cancel out, but I'm gonna have to do something a little bit different here to get rid of these decimal points. Now, the decimals may look a little intimidating, but have no fear. To get rid of them, it's pretty easy. What I'm thinking in my mind here is I need to multiply by some power of 10, where the number of zeros equals the decimal points. Decimal points. And what I mean by that is I have two decimal places that I want to move this decimal. I have two decimal places I want to move this one, two really for all these. So if I want to move two decimal places over, that means that I'm going to need to multiply this by a 1 with two zeros, aka 100. Now, so if I'm thinking ahead too, also, when I multiply this by 100, I'm going to end up getting a 25x, a 5y, and a 275. So I'm just kind of thinking ahead here what I would get. But my goal is to have opposite coefficients, and if I do that, it doesn't look like I'm going to actually have opposite coefficients. Got positive 25, positive 5, positive 5, positive 5. Oh, well, maybe then what I should do instead is multiply by a negative 100. Then I'm thinking, okay, I'll get a negative 5y here. So let's do that. I'm going to write underneath here what I would get. I would have negative 25x minus 5y equals negative 275. Just push that negative 100 all the way through. Now let's add these equations together, and I'm going to get a negative 20x. These cancel, and I'm going to get negative 275, or 95 plus negative 275, and I'm thinking that's, what is that, 180, negative 180. All right, so I'm going to divide both sides by negative 20 to get x by itself, and I get x equals 9. Now that I have x, let's plug it in for x. I'm going to choose this equation and substitute in 9 here. Let's switch over to green and find my y. I have 5 times x, which is 9. Here's my substitution, plus 5y equals 95. This becomes 45 plus 5y equals 95. Let's subtract that 45. So I get a 5y equals 50. Divide both sides by 5, and I get y equals 10. So my final solution here is going to be 9, 10. And there we go. Do not be intimidated by the decimals. Just move them over by multiplying by the same number of zeros as there are decimal points. And lastly, before I forget, I want to give a shout out to Carter for suggesting this video. To the Prince of Marshalls. Carter, that one's for you. Have a good night.